What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Philly Flipper live channel with your host, I guess, of this wonderful show, me, Paul, the Philly Flipper. If you guys are new around here, I am a full-time reseller in the Philadelphia area for a couple more months, and then we are taking this whole charade down with me to Florida, filling up a semi-truck, taking it to Florida, and I'm going to continue my life, my business down there. So welcome to the journey. I have a main channel where I post picker videos, where I go out to yard sales, bring you guys with me. You guys get a POV of what I pick up, what I don't pick up, my interactions with the customers. And then on this channel, we share with you guys what is actually selling on the stuff that I pick up. Hopefully that makes sense. So time to pull the weekend orders. Once again, we had a drop from last week. Talked about how I am no longer listing anything new because I don't have anything new to list, and because I am moving, I don't really want to waste my time sourcing at thrift stores with potentially not finding anything. I'd rather use my time right now to end listings that are bad, fix them, put them back up, and hope they sell, and start preparing for my move. And I said, because of this, I think my sales will go down, and they did. We talked about it last week. I had 70 sales compared to 100 the 2 weeks before. So that was a 30% drop. That's a pretty significant drop. And then today we have 60 sales for the weekend. So still dropped quite a bit from last week, 10 sales less. But still 60 sales on the weekend. I can't complain. Like I said, as of now, as long as my bills get paid, as long as my employees get paid, as long as I can pay for the warehouse, we're good. And I have enough sales right now to cover all that. So no complaints from me. Like I said before, I knew the risk going in to now. I knew the risk going in was going to result in this, so I am a-okay with that. So 60 sales to pool, still pretty good. 60 sale weekend, no complaints from me here. Like always, we're going to start at what's sold on the other platforms, and we had 3 sales on Facebook, 0 sales on Mercari. I gave Mercari its flowers last week, talking about how amazing it is and how it's like a little side bay for me. And Mercari goes and shuts me out. I got this awesome, cool little Perry Platypus tumbler from Kayla and John. Thank you guys. It's the only thing I drink from now. So, Mercari shut me out. So, no more praises for Mercari. I praised it too much and they stopped giving me sales, so I'm not going to do that. But we got 3 sales on Facebook and we got 8 sales on Poshmark. So Poshmark was like, you know what, I got you, Paul. Mercari gonna shut you off, but we won't. I should probably stop, because now I'm praising Poshmark too much and they might stop providing me sales. On Facebook, I sold the disc only PSP game. It's a SWAT. For the PSP, I got this at the 100 Mile Yard Sale in Virginia with Kevin, Shay, that whole crew right there. I paid $25 for a PSP, a bunch of games, a couple cases, a bunch of Game Boy games. Really good deal. Already made hundreds of dollars in profit. And as you see, we're still selling stuff. And that disc-only game sold for $10. Then we sold some boots. These actually were a Goodwill find. I went to a couple yard sales. I'd probably say it was probably 3 weeks ago now. I haven't gone to yard sale shopping in a while because it's freezing here. It's December. It's cold. We don't have yard sales. And I've seen people post who live in Florida their treasure maps, and I'm so jealous. They're posting like Steve with Pick and Roll posted on his Instagram the other day. Look at these sales, and he probably had like 50 or 60 in his area this weekend. Now I'm sitting here like, come on, brah. Don't do this. Don't do me like that. A lot of people who didn't see my announcement video keep asking me on why I'm moving. And there's a lot of reasons to it. I do have a video down below called Q&A about Florida move. I answered that pretty specifically there. But one of the reasons is for yard sales all year round. Since that is my full-time job, this is what I do full-time, I want to source full-time and also make content full-time, because a lot of people don't talk about this, but the YouTube side of things, which you guys see right now, is a big part of my business. I make a lot of money reselling, but also YouTube also is trying to pay the bills. So I need to have content all year round as well. So that's another reason why I'm going down there. So yeah, I haven't been to, I don't know why I went on a big tangent there. So I went to a couple of yard sales on Friday, a couple weeks ago. Did not find anything, so I decided to go to Goodwill because it was like 9:35 when I was done with the yard sales. Goodwill opened at 10, and it was about 15 minutes away. So I was like, you know what, I'll drive there. I'll wait for it to open. Let me see what we got. And in it, we bought some ornaments, and we found some Sorel boots, and we found these as well. These are Tony Lama women's boots. That's a good brand for you guys to be on the lookout for. I tell you my boots all the time. If you guys also want to learn more about boots, my friend Amber resells. She has a whole video dedicated to which boots sell, and so if you guys want to learn more about boots, go watch her video. She's like the boot queen and the rock revival queen. But those boots sold for $55. I think I paid $6 for them at Goodwill. So very rare Goodwill find that works out well for me. And then very interesting sale here. I sold a field hockey stick on Facebook as well. So I got these at one of the Delaware community yard sales. There was a guy there, didn't have that much stuff, but he said everything's $1, and he had this stick, and he had a yellow one that's right there for $1 each. So I was like, you know what? I have never sold field hockey sticks in my life, but for $1, it is worth a gamble. And this is the first one to sell. It took about, I would say, 2 months to sell, but it sold for $30 on Facebook. Like I said before, if I have a hierarchy of where I would like to sell things, Facebook's at the top because of 5% fees. So $30, 5% fee is $1.50. So I made $28.50 after $1 I spent. $27.50 profit on that stick. That stick sold on eBay. It would probably 20% fees. So I'll be losing $6. So I'm making $23 profit. So that's why I like Facebook a lot more when it comes to sales. I wish it would be as popping as eBay, but it is what it is. Okay, so that's all those sales. Now let's get to Poshmark. My Poshmark be popping. All right, first we have a Google Chrome laptop. So this is one of the things that I ended and relisted yesterday. So here's kind of my process. Is I go to my eBay. So I go to my listings and I sort them from last to first. So things that have been on my store for the longest time. I see what I have there. I take a whole page that I ended, about 100 at a time. And then I go through the 100 that I ended and see why they haven't sold. Is the price wrong? Is the picture wrong? Is just the item wrong? Like, is it something that doesn't even sell? Then if it's worth fixing, I fix the listing. I put new pictures, get a new title, get a new price. If it's not worth listing, if it's something that I shouldn't have listed in the first place, I take it down and I donate it, or I do something else with it. Right? So that's kind of my process now. And then this I just did yesterday. This was a Google Chrome. For some reason, I was asking insane money for it. I was asking like $80 for this Google Chrome on eBay. And I was like, oh, I wonder why it hasn't sold. I sold sold comps, and sold comps were looking in the $30 range. I was like, well, I'm asking 50 above. That's probably why it hasn't sold. And I don't have a charger of mine. I got it a long time ago in a storage unit. So I dropped it to $30, putting the pictures up. I cross-posted it to Bakari, eBay, and Poshmark, and it sold on Poshmark overnight. So there we go. I probably had the listing for probably 2 years, and it sold overnight when it was fixed. That's kind of why I'm doing that, because if now if I continue to source, continue to buy more, and that laptop probably would have went with me to Florida, and it probably still wouldn't have sold because of how bad the listing was. So that's why I'm prioritizing listings right now over sales. And if you guys know, we talk about every single week about my listings. I started November with 8,000. As of 11/27, we were at 68.96. Last week we were at 65.63, and then this week we are down to 5,962. Then we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks left before I move. Like I said, my goal is to bring it down to 4,000. Originally, my goal was 5,000. Now that I am fully focused on this, I think I can bring it down a lot more. And as you guys see, last week alone, we went down 600 listings. So this is things that were ended and either donated. This is things that have sold. This is stuff that we either ended and put in a bigger bundle and other stuff. But there's a lot of things that are being done here to bring those listings down. I'm really happy to go down 600 listings in a week. And you guys see there is like beginning to become like holes in my inventory. Like this used to be all vintage Christmas, sold quite a bit of it, so there's not that much left. Down here used to be all DVDs. It used to be full of DVDs. Now it's empty because I took all the DVDs down and just sold them all in Whatnot. I had a DVD only sale, was doing like bundles of 8 starting at $3. So it was a good deal for people that were buying. I just wanted them gone, and all my DVDs are now gone. The only things I have left are like my new DVDs. So very happy with that. Hoping to continue bringing down the items. We'll continue to have Whatnot sales and reseller bundles this week to bring them down even more. So very happy with what's going. Also, if you guys, I guess I'll do my Whatnot plug here. Is it ready for me too late for you guys for the close sale? I'm having a close sale tomorrow on Monday, right here. I packed, like, stuffed these things to the brim. These are women's clothes. I have them by extra small, 2XL, medium, small. This thing is stuffed with clothes. And I'm starting these boxes at $5 each. This sale's gonna happen tomorrow though, so if you guys probably won't see it. If it's a success, I'll run it again next week with male clothes and other female clothes. As you guys see, we have a lot of clothes here to go through. And then I'll probably have another one of my reseller bundle shows on Wednesday, where I take a bunch of similar items and start the bundle at $5. Usually each bundle is worth at least $50 to $100. I started at $5. Again, it's just my way of clearing things out, having less for me to move, but it's a way for you guys to go and support me and buy it and actually sell it and make money. So I would say it's a win-win-win. So if you guys want to try Whatnot and you haven't yet, I have a super link down below where you guys get $15 free to spend. If you want to try it, click right there. All right, that's the end of that ad. So yeah, also on Poshmark, we sold a couple of clothes. We sold some elf pajamas, and then we sold a really cool vintage Kyle Petty shirt. Things sold for $40. And we sold a George women's sweater as well. That was a funny story because I took that down from my eBay because it wasn't worth listing. I was like, who's gonna buy George? George, well, my brand, I'm gonna take it down. I took it down from eBay. It was in one of these piles that I took down, and the next day it sells on Poshmark. I'm like, okay, good thing I guess I didn't take it down from Poshmark yet because it's sold. So that was pretty funny moment. So we sold all those clothes, and then we also sold surprising sale right here. Time and Through women's brown flats. Time and Through, another Walmart brand like George. Not what you call it like resellable, right? No one's like really going out their way to buy Time and Through flats. These are brand new. They have never been worn. So I did list them. I don't know why I listed these so high as well, but I did. And I guess I'm glad I did because they sold. These flats right here sold for $29. $29 for some Time and Through flats. I was like, what the heck? Because I had listed for $35, right? First of all, which is like super high. Then I see again an offer on Time and Through. And I was like, I listed for $35? And I just said to myself, no matter what the offer is, I'm saying yes. Because how often is somebody buying Time and Through flats? And the offer is $29. I was like, yes. I couldn't hit yes fast enough. So yeah, that thing sold. And I sold a little nativity set. This is from the Holland mold. This is an angel, a nativity piece. So whenever I buy a big nativity set at a yard sale or whatever, I always break it down and I part it out. For example, like these right here, these are all sold separately. like the camels by itself, the sheep are by itself, the ox are by itself. I'm selling the wise men separately, Mary, Joseph separately, Jesus separately. Because what happens with these guys, these guys are pretty fragile, right? So let's say you have kids in the house or something and they knock over a camel and the camel's heads fall off. People don't really want to go to eBay and buy a whole other nativity set for like $60, $70, right? But they can go and buy a camel for like 15 to 20. So I do it all the time and I have really good luck with it. So that was part of a different nativity set and everything now sold from that set. The angel was the last one to go. This thing sold for 15 bucks on Poshmark and now all of them sold. So I will probably, whatever is left over of that nativity set, I'll probably just bring to Whatnot and do it at $5. Even though there's probably like $80 worth of value there. It's just something I don't really want to take to Florida with me as well. So I might take all those down and bring it to Whatnot in the future. This is a pretty cool sale right here. This is like a vintage Tony Hawk like RC toy, I would guess. It comes with Tony. Here's what he looks like. It's pretty cool. And then it has a remote. Now I couldn't test it because this requires like a special battery. What is the battery? 6LR 9-volt or something battery. I don't have that one, so I couldn't test it. I sold it as is for 30 bucks, and it sold. So sold on Poshmark. Poshmark I think gives people like a 3-day, 3 days to how you call it? Say there's a problem or whatever, and then start a case, and do a return. So I guess you can start a case in 3 days if it doesn't work. But I did say untested on the listing, so I think I should be covered either way. What Poshmark is different than eBay is actually, it's not auto-generated. Like, you know, when somebody starts like a return on eBay and they say that not as described, there's actually no human being looking at that case and saying yes or no. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. eBay, it's auto-generated. So if somebody starts a return and says I am not as described, there's a computer that automatically accepts the return, which kind of sucks for people that are sellers like us. On Poshmark, when I do it, there's actually a human being looking at the case. A lot of times they ask for more pictures or ask for proof or whatever, and then they just decide if it's the buyer's fault or the seller's fault, which I love. So if somebody does have a problem with it, hopefully Poshmark covers me. But that thing sold for, I think, 35 bucks. I paid $1 for it at a yard sale. And then we sold some beaters on Poshmark as well. I sold an arm to this either last week or the week before. These are the Oster Regency Kitchen Center. This thing I paid $3 for at Peaches to Beaches with Kayla. I got a mixer. It was a whole stand mixer with the bowl, the turntable, everything. I parted all that as well. Already made a lot of money on it. Then the beaters sold for 20 bucks by themselves. And I think all I have left now is just the bowl. I sold the base. I sold the arm. I sold the turntable. I sold the beaters. Parting stuff out. And that is it for Poshmark sales. Now we go to eBay. We start off with some Clarks. I think we got like back-to-back loafer clog kind of sales. So these are Clarks size 10. I'm not sure if I put them, if we put them in the shoe bin or they're here. I think they're here. I can see these right here. Guys, Clarks, yes you are. Okay, so I have no clue where these came from. I legit have no clue where they came from, what I paid for them, but they sold for $20, so guess that's good. Clarks used to be a lot better brand than now. I would probably say like 2 years ago, you could probably buy anything Clarks and sell it, and it would sell pretty well. Now I think like anything basic from Clarks takes a while to sell. These look pretty cool, like fake, like alligator print kind of things, so I figured they would probably be worth. I don't think I spent more than a couple bucks on them, and they sold for 20. So, remember, I made a list of what I want to talk about, so I don't forget. We already talked about the update to the listings. Now let's talk about lazy resellers. Lazy resellers. The reason why I titled this TED Talk lazy resellers. Lands and black leather clogs. These should be here as well. These are what, size 8? Okay, these guys right here. I got these. Wow. These I had forever. I got these at my Rags to Riches challenge back in the day. These were one of the things that we ended. We took the pictures, relisted, and sold. So another ending and realistic success story right here. So I did a video last week on this channel, and in it I talked about my approach to getting more eBay sales, on how I look at the sell-through rate of an item before I accept an offer or not. I talked about how, like, say example, like an American Eagle top. I think I use that as an example. There's like so many of them on eBay. There's so many listed. So if somebody sends me an offer on mine, as long as I'm in the profit, I'm going to say yes to. Other people have different approaches to that and say, oh no, this is too low, I want more. My approach is, as long as I'm in the profit, I'm saying yes. And because I am more lenient on offers to get more sales. I made that video, I talked about that, and I said my approach to, I think I titled it like my approach to getting more eBay sales. I legit got at least 5 comments on that video saying, I watched for 5 minutes, I didn't hear the approach, I turned off. Here's a hint, get to the point faster. I'm like, if you think the point of this video was the approach, probably you're in the wrong business. I was like, this is my regular video. I talk about my life, talk about what's sold. Yeah, then I bring that up as well. But that, and then I had another one person goes, hey buddy. He's like, hey buddy, can you timestamp me the part of where you talk about this approach? I want to hear it before I want to subscribe to you or whatever. And I'm like, how lazy are these resellers? Like, how lazy do you have to be? I was like, how lazy do you have to be to like say, oh man, my sales are terrible? Like, just think about how somebody like I'm trying to get into their like mindset, right? Like, oh man, my sales are not doing good. Let me go to YouTube for help on eBay. Oh, there's an approach video. Oh, okay, let me click on that. Oh, I don't have 20 minutes, so no, I'm done. It's just like insane to me. And then I'm at fault for some reason. And then somehow I'm at fault for that to happen. So they go and they leash out on me. I don't know, man. It's just hilarious. I sold these Bostonian loafers. I got 20 bucks for them. I thought they were like that special Shea corduroy or whatever, Shea whatever leather. I don't know. I learned it from a lot of Josh, but Shea Cordovan, I think Shea Cordovan. It's a specific like type of leather. I know these Bostonians, they make that kind of leather shoe, but Tracy Parks sent me a link of every single shoe in their style code that actually sells that Shea Cordovan whatever leather, and these weren't it. But if these were, they always sell for like 150 bucks, but they sold for 20 bucks. I got them $1 for dollar Sundays back in the day at Goodwill. So I guess I'll take $1 into 20. Alrighty guys, we're going to conclude this part right here. Thank you so much for your continued support. We're going to see you guys at part 2 in a couple of days.